Hello and welcome. I'm Paul and this is my channel, WellBeing of Paul. In this episode, I'm going to start by asking you to think of a robot. But a robot on a car assembly line. Now think of that single robot doing its specific task, assembling those cars. For a moment I want you to think about what does it need to do its tasks, to operate, to work. We may list straight away electricity, some form of power at least. It would probably need maintenance to ensure it can operate as designed. It would also probably need some sort of software and updates to ensure it's doing its tasks as designed for that vehicle. And I guess if it, for example, was overheating, we would give it some time to cool down. And then probably some form of operator or mechanic will come and ensure it is doing its job as designed and able to function as required. Let's imagine that it's designed to complete its tasks 100 times a day. It may well be a much larger number in reality, but we'll use 100 as because it's a nice round number to work with. So let's imagine if it was designed to make 100 tasks a day, would you expect it to do 120, 150? The answer would probably be no, because it stipulates in the manual 100 tasks a day. Now let's think, if we gave it less electricity, less maintenance, less updates, any of the things it requires we gave less of, would we expect 150 again? Maybe even 200 of those tasks a day? The answer is absolutely no. Because we know with robots, if we give them less of what they require, the outcome will be less. Because we know in the manual it says that. We can see that through its operations. But when we think of us, we don't come with a manual, do we? We don't come with instructions to state all these different functions. We are biological, not mechanical. But have you ever noticed, well, I have at least in my career, and my life as well, that often we do expect more with less? I'll explain. Have you ever, like me, missed a meal to get work done? Have you ever pulled an all-nighter, worked throughout the night, missed sleep to get work done? Have you ever skipped that time with friends you were looking forward to, or missed out on that activity or thing you were going to do because you had work to get done? I, for one, have done all of those and even more to ensure work was completed at the time it was required. But do you see how we are expecting more with less? And when we think of it when it comes to robots, we absolutely know that wouldn't work. So why do we expect it from us? Because we're biological. Yes, we may have reserves of energy which we store for emergency situations. But sitting at our desks, our computers, or whatever task we might be doing is not often going to really truly access those reserves as they were designed to. And in fact, if we are accessing those reserves are for emergency situations only. And I know it feels like an emergency, getting that work done on time, submitting it to ensure we carry on the path that we are choosing. But those reserves were designed for, well, I guess much more physical activities. Now, some of you may turn around and say straight away that I'm doing a physical activity to ensure I get that task completed. That's very true. From my experience, as the world evolves, a lot of our physical activity becomes more and more a little bit like this. I would argue that's not quite the physical activity that our bodies are designed to do in those situations of emergency. So, I hope this gets you thinking. I hope that this starts to make you think about taking care of you and understanding that if you give yourself what you need, then your output should hopefully be at its optimum level. But what we need is complex. It's individual to the individual. But I do find from my observations, working with all the people I've had the privilege of working with so far, there are universal similarities when it comes to the basic fundamentals, the basic elements. And that's why I'm writing and producing my very own book on this topic, which I'll be sharing bits of as well through this channel to ensure you have that information to take care of you and nurture you as you deserve, so you can be at your best when you need to be at your best. But beyond that as well, I do recommend, if you haven't seen it already, my time management video. I will link a description for you to be able to access it. Okay, there will be a link. I do recommend it because it is about recognizing that we need the time to be able to take care of ourselves, as well as achieving the tasks or goals that we set or are set for us. So when we design our time, we allow the time which we require to nurture, take care of, and look after ourselves so we can be at our best when required. I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope you're able to get your tasks, goals, or achievements completed as you intend. All I ask is that you take care of yourselves while you do it to the best of your ability. I hope through this channel will enhance those skills and enhance your life so you can achieve your goals while also looking after the wonder that is you. Until next time, everybody. Bye for now.